Hello, this is John Miko, and I want to welcome you to Management Information Systems, MIS102 online. I'm going to do a little intro video because I think one of the problems with distance education is you don't get that personal connection sometimes that you do with a face-to-face course. So what I'm going to use this time for, maybe 5 minutes, is just to review the syllabus study guide, which you should all have in your possession right now. There's a lot of information in it, and it's real important that you understand the concepts in here, the requirements of you over the next 10 to 11 weeks. So I'd like to go through that briefly, just as we would do in our first class. So let me start by kind of going page by page here. The first 3 pages are basically just the table of contents, those kind of things. But if we go to page 4, the preface of the syllabus talks about what Management Information Systems is, and it's an 11-week course. I think Con Ed has the course ending at July 31st, but it actually goes a week beyond that. There's not much that last week, but it's actually an 11-week course. I think on the Con Ed syllabus, Con Ed schedule goes 10 weeks. It's an 11-week course, and it's divided into 4 modules. The first module is Management Information Systems Foundational Concepts. Second module is Information Technologies. The third module is Information Systems. And the fourth module is Managing Information Systems. And you can see the chapters that correspond to those modules. On page 5, you will see the instructor information. And I can tell you, during the summer, I do not typically keep office hours, but I'm available frequently during the summer. I am in 3 or 4 days a week, so you should not have any problems trying to find me. One of the best ways to contact me is through Blackboard email, which is probably the best way to contact me since it's concerning the course. But as well, you can contact me through regular email. There's my course, my personal website, my personal Twitter, instant messaging, which I don't use as much as I used to do. There is my bio, which is also you'll see on Blackboard, but you will also have to create your own bio as a way of introducing yourself to me. The course description. This course deals a lot with how we use computers and information systems for business processes, and it really excites me because information systems, computers specifically, have added a lot of efficiency and effectiveness and given a lot of organizations competitive advantage. If you just think about the things that we do now that weren't possible 5, 10, even 3 years ago, it's all because of information systems and information technology. The required text is Using MIS 3rd edition by David Kroenke. If you don't have that text, I have a couple extra copies. If you come to my office, I can give those to you, borrow those. As well, you have to have the text by the first couple of days of the course. This course is online, so it uses the course text heavily. And if you don't have it in your possession right now, I would suggest you use the online version, which can be leased at CourseSmart.com. And I think it's a 180-day lease, which should be fine for this course. Other things you need is obviously a connection to the internet and something like Microsoft Word. Page 7 through page 9 are the learning outcomes for the course, and I'll let you go through those at your leisure. Course conduct. I'd like you to read over course conduct. There's no face-to-face meetings, and I can tell you that I'm more rigid in an online class than I am in a face-to-face class with deadlines. In an online class, it's easy for people to fall behind, and it's hard for me to keep everyone in the same spot. So deadlines are deadlines when we talk about my online class. Late assignments will not be accepted. Typically, the course week runs through Monday through Sunday, and many of our deadlines are Sunday at midnight. So you have 7 days to get things done, and as well, you can work ahead a little bit, about a week and a half ahead. So if there's some issue that comes up in your life, you should be able to plan accordingly. Deadlines are deadlines. So hopefully we won't have any issues with this. I think we have a small class, 11 students, but still it's important that we keep up with the course as well. That's page 10. Page 11 is a basic course outline, and I'd like to go through at least one week to show you, because all the weeks are kind of follow the same structure. Week 1, I would like you to read and carefully review the course syllabus study guide. I'd also like you to read Chapter 1, MIS102. Other things you want to do on Blackboard is under the discussion board, I want you to post a brief bio profile of yourself, and do this by Thursday of the first week, which is May 26th. I want you to complete the navigation assignment, which just shows to me that you can upload things to the assignment Dropbox. That'll be graded easily, but I want to see that you can upload an attachment to the assignment Dropbox. I want you also to read, and this is in the discussion board, online lecture 1, okay, and then respond to it. And then also by Sunday, I want you to read and give a good response to at least 2 other students in the class. This is how we facilitate discussion amongst the class. Since we're not in a classroom talking about management information systems, the discussion board will facilitate that. As well, in the assignment Dropbox, every week there will be a weekly exercise, which will be something from the book. Do exercise 5 on page 104. And then there'll be weekly quizzes. So every week there'll be a few things that you have to do. You'll have to read the lecture, read the course text. You'll also have to do a discussion prompt to the lecture. You'll have to complete a weekly exercise, and you'll have to complete a weekly quiz. Now, the first 4 or 5 weeks all run that same way. Week 6 there's a midterm exam, and week 11 there's a final exam. The only other thing that is different is there is also a final paper, final MIS research paper, which is due week 11. Week 11, I believe, ends August 7th in this course, so that'll be our last time something will be due. On page 14, there are many details about course requirements, the readings, the lecture responses. Talks about how many words a lecture response should be, and your responses to other classmates should be substantial. They should be of college level kind of responses. They shouldn't just simply be good job or way to go girl or whatever it might be. It's not a Facebook response. It is a academic type of response. There are weekly exercises. I talked about those. They're usually something from the book. On week 2, our weekly exercise will consist of a Google Docs notes contribution. We're talking about communication systems, so I wanted to introduce you to Google Docs. And then there's the final MIS paper, which we talked about. Course quizzes, course examinations, and then on page 15 you will see how your final grade will be calculated. 25% from your participation in the lecture responses, that's important. 20% from their weekly exercises, 15% from the weekly quizzes, 10% from your final MIS paper, and then 15% from each of the midterm and final exams. The grading scale I use is also on page 15. Academic honesty is a real important issue to me. This is an online class, but I encourage you to do your own work. Obviously, you can, when you take the quizzes, you can use your book as a resource, but I don't want you to use other people. Okay, it should be your own work. And then page 17 starts with the assignment requirements, so you know what to expect. Page 18 shows the rubrics for assignments. Page 19 talks about Google Docs, which we'll use in week 2, but you may want to go in there and set up your account at this point. Your user ID and your name and password are all available on page 19. And then page 20 provides information on the final MIS paper. There are 2 exams. They will be week 6, and week 11, and I'll provide further information about those. On page 21 and 22, you will see the summer 2011 offering specific course dates. As you see, our course begins Monday, May 23rd, and it ends on Sunday, August 7th. So week by week, these are the weeks. Our course week starts on Monday and ends on Sunday. And all deadlines are midnight. So if it's a Thursday deadline, it's Thursday at midnight. If it's a Sunday deadline, it's Sunday at midnight. So hopefully I got those dates right. And then since we're part of St. Francis University, on page 23 and 24, I always include the Franciscan goals of higher education in all my syllabi. So I hope this little intro was useful. I hope now that you have a good feeling for the course, but I really want you to spend some time going through this syllabus study guide and getting your orientation before the course starts. It's easy with these online courses to get overwhelmed and get behind, and I don't want that to happen to you. Thank you so much. Goodbye.